So you're going to get a lot of cuts out of that cake.
Yeah, that's why.
If you cut it this way, without this circle,
Yeah.
you might only feed 50 people.
Yeah.
If you do it this way,
Yes.
you might then feed 75.
Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you. So does that mean that this size cake board goes onto this real cake size?
No, you
here
need
onto the
you need
16
the exact size.
Oh, okay.
Because then if you put this in here,
Yeah.
then you're gonna have a space.
Yeah, and it would droop down.
Have a space. And then this, when this pressure comes down this here,
Yeah.
it's gonna go into the sink, into this cake.
Yes, yes.
But you
yes.
need the support all the way out here.
So, I have one big,
yeah.
16-inch cake board
Yeah.
underneath.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
do not use a card. You can use a cardboard or you can use masonite.
But then
You want
when they start
masonite board?
masonite,
Not now,
board-
but
no,
we can get it.
masonite.
Get masonite.
We need to write this name down.
Masonite.
I have it on video.
If the cake is this, let's say, and the cake board is underneath here, right? So you don't see that, right?
No.
So then they start cutting. They can cut here. See where the next cake starts. They can cut these pieces
But
here, right?
no, this have
No?
to be. You have to separate all these cakes before you start cutting. By the time you cut here, by the time you get it, this cake is gonna fall over.
All right.
Because if you start cutting cakes here, by the time you reach in here,
Yeah.
this
yeah,
has no
yeah.
support here. Then this whole
That's
thing is
right.
gonna collapse up at the top.
And
So
the
before you
bride-
cut, you
the
have
bride and
to.
groom, they want to keep this.
This
upper
you
cake.
take away for the bride and groom. Put it in a box. Okay, bride and groom, you gone.
Yeah.
Okay, bye bye, bride and groom. Okay, so this you have this.
Yes.
If you start cutting here,
Yeah.
for example, you have this cake here. You
Yeah.
have this,
Yeah.
and you start
Then I
cutting
take
in
this
pieces.
off.
No, if you, because I'm
Oh,
just
I
saying
see.
what you just saw.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
If you start cutting in here,
Yeah.
all this time this cake is falling,
toppling
falling.
over, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because it's going to be bigger. This is going to be. You see how big this is?
Yes. Yes. Thank you.
So then
So-
you have to disassemble the whole
This
entire cake.
before we cut it. Ah.
And then you put. I can leave it with this card because I have a few.
Yeah.
You
Then
take
put that back.
Put this piece, this exact cardboard.
Yeah.
If you want to take the smaller slices, you take a big. This
Bigger
is a,
cardboard.
Yeah. So we get
Okay.
small pieces here.
I
If you
see.
want this, if you want to cut this much to give the guests, you
Yes,
put a
thank
bigger cardboard. The bigger the cardboard is less cakes the guests
Yes.
will get,
Yes, thank you. Yes,
and you
thank
serve more people.
That makes sense. Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Solve more people.
I would have never known
Yeah.
how to do this.
You serve more people.
Thank you.
So there's in this bottom tier you have two cake layer, a frosting layer, a cake layer, and then a whole cardboard all the way through.
Masonite.
Masonite, and then a cake layer, frosting cake layer, and then
That's
you
right.
you cover the whole thing in
then
fondant.
you cover the whole thing in fondant, and then you dowel.
Yes.
Oh, wait a second. Do you put dowels in here before the cake board?
Yes.
Yes, you have to.
You have to.
You have to dowel everything. Anything that is separated, you put a dowel.
Okay.
Because you cannot stand up if you don't have a spine or a backbone. You're gonna go like this. But Claudia can stand up straight because she has a backbone and a spine.
Yes.
She can walk. But you without a backbone, try and walk. You can move.
I'm gonna
Yes,
smush.
thank
You're gonna smush. Yeah. And I brought this one because
For the
this is
center.
what for the center.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And this is why this hole is.
This
in
is
the
why
cake
this
board.
hole is in there
Yeah.
to show you guys where the center is. So I bought a few. I'm going to leave them with you.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I bought a few.
Well, we
We
have
have
these
some
here
too.
Let me see what you have.
So the
Oh, you have. Yeah, they have the holes. Oh, yeah, you're perfect. So I'll take mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
So we
have.
have like 10
Yeah.
inch, but they only have 8, 10, and 12. They don't have larger ones, and they don't have the sizes like a 9 inch. They don't have. Then we would
No,
need
then
to
do-
cut it, right?
No, by
cut
the
it
time
to
the fondant
size.
goes on, it comes in. By the time you ice the cake and put the fondant on, it becomes a 10-inch.
Really?
A 9-inch. By the time the icing goes on, that's a half inch.
Oh.
Then they have the fondant, another half inch, it becomes a 10-inch.
So a
That's why-
9-inch cake becomes a 10-inch
10-inch
tier.
cake. Yeah, exactly.
That makes sense.
Yes,
If
thank
you're
you.
serving it without anything on it,
Yeah.
then it's a 9-inch, 9-inch, 9-inch. But once you add the buttercream and then you add the fondant, that's another inch goes on. It's like you flatten and put on stilettos. I always like to use
Fashion?
yeah, yeah. I'm so flat. Then if I put high heel shoes on, I go higher.
So
Yeah.
then Vilna, so then this here is way too thin crumb coat, right? This coat outside has to be way thicker.
Thicker.
then.
Yeah, they're thick because the thing is that what happened if you put a this is not